welcome to the Selfie Crafter. So today I have a whip and chat for you guys. If you don't know what whip stands for, it stands for work in progress. And what you can normally do during a whip and chat is you can do your own whips while listening along to me ramble about things, or you could do whatever you want. So let's get started, shall we? So I'm working on Moon Elf right now. Just finished her face over here. It's a lot more than I've done in the past week, and I'll explain why in just a minute, because I did say normally these were only for my whip and chats. But I'm trying to find the number 9 at this moment. And my brain is still not catching up from the weekend, it feels like. Here we go. We'll use the tinier one. So I hope you guys are doing okay today. I hope you had a good week since we last talked. My week has been, I don't want to brag, but it's been fantastic. I enjoyed the heck out of this whole week. It's been a great week. Let's see. So where I last talked to you guys, it was my birthday. And I had a really good birthday. I was gifted a surprise for a weekend vacation to the beach. And I was really excited about that. Let's see. We had my husband had his eye procedure on Wednesday, and it went by very quickly. He didn't get to be very loopy at all. Like, he wasn't loopy with all the medicine that they gave him, like, to help calm him down. He was just like, meh, whatever. But it did seem to calm him a little bit, so that's a good thing. And it was really quick. Like, we got there, I want to say, we got there like 30 minutes early or so. And he was supposed to take his medicine, like, about that point. Then it took less than an hour after all of that, I want to say, to get him seen and checked out. Honestly, the whole procedure only took 5 minutes once they called him in and got the whole thing done. It was like less than 5 minutes. They were like, yep, all done, and put a contact bandage, like a little contact lens as a Band-Aid for his eye. So, and he's still wearing that right now. He says it's irritating the heck out of him because he doesn't like wearing contacts. He since his eyes are dry all the time, he doesn't like really wearing contacts at all. Let's see, what's the next color? Well, let's do this one. Alright. And then I got to go see my dentist, of course. My lovely dentist. I do love my dentist, though. And got my fillings done. Good news is I only needed to get 2 out of the 3. But oh my goodness, that day was such a cluster, you know what? There was a brand new receptionist, plus they also had a brand new system put in place. Normally, whenever I go to the dentist, I get like constant text notifications. Also, I have to fill out paperwork and everything before I go in. And I didn't really get as many papers to fill out. Because normally what I get is like, have you been in contact with anyone who has, the what in the last 14 days? And then it just kind of goes ask other questions like, have you had these symptoms? Didn't get any of that. All I got was a consent form this time, and it was completely different consent form. Like the page looked totally different. Found out, like I said, they changed their system. And that was kind of nerve-wracking. Only because with the receptionist, I couldn't like get my receipt or anything. Things kind of felt a little topsy-turvy. So I figured when I go in next to see about, because I paid up front. Before I get my teeth done, of course. So I paid to get 3 fillings fixed, and I only got the 2, and they were gonna put the 3rd one on a watch list. So I was gonna be like, am I gonna be credited because we didn't work on that 3rd filling, or what? But the receptionist had no clue, and I was like, she was so overwhelmed. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just call or talk to someone at a different time. I'm going back next month for my cleaning, so hopefully things will calm down once the new system's in place. Um, Speaking of their new system, this is one of the reasons why I was like, I'll just wait till next month to talk to them about my options, because we did talk about them, but I don't know with their system, like if everything's accurate or not. So I want to wait till next month to make a decision on my teeth, because right now I'm told that the dental implant that I wanted to get is not even covered by my insurance. And I'm like, what am I paying what am my husband paying insurance for? Like, he dumps so much money for my dental care that I'm not getting covered. It's considered cosmetic? Seriously? They have a discount for me, so in case I wanted to use it. Plus, filing for credit and for their health credit card if I have to. I was told to shop around, but I really don't want to. I don't want to, because these guys have been very kind. I've been having horrible experiences since I was 7 with dentists, so I'd really rather not shop around. And this is the first dentist that doesn't gouge me. Like the last time I went to the dentist, I've had a feeling that like some of the dental work it was very unnecessary, and they pushed it on me, and then they kept having surprise charges every time I show up. Like, I understand. Dental work's expensive, but I already paid for a tooth, and then I come back and they're like, "Oh, you also owe $100 more on this tooth that we worked on," and I'm like, "But I paid you already $150 on it," So at least with this dentist, it's not. They don't. They tell me the cost up front before I even go. For the most part, they tell me the cost up front, or they'll send me a text message like a week or 2 weeks before the whole appointment what the cost is going to be. But right now, I'm like, I don't know if I really want to spend 3.7K on a tooth. My husband says we'll work it out, and to just don't be discouraged, because I don't want to spend that much money on it, but at the same time, I want to be able to eat, man, and I want to smile more again. I feel so embarrassed. He says no one can see, but I feel like I can see. Like when I look in the mirror, if I smile wide enough, you can see see the hole, and I'm not happy with it. So, but if it takes a lot longer than what it's supposed to, just so I can get a dental implant, then I guess it shouldn't be too big of a deal. But I think one of the things was like, because I'm so worried, was because my husband also sprung that we were going to have a vacation that weekend. So it was really, everything was just really awkward timing with our medical stuff, like with my dentist and his eye, and then like also vacation, was just a lot. It was a lot to deal with. And I started just worrying about money and everything. He kept saying, "Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Just enjoy yourself. I want you to have a fun time." And it was really great. I enjoyed every moment of it. I'm gonna talk about it as soon as I find the next color for this. Let's see. Here we go. Ace. So this past week was a whirlwind. I procrastinated until the very last day, Friday, to do laundry, fold laundry. So when I woke up late after we dropped the kids off. I was like, I'm so tired. I just want to go back to sleep for just a little bit. And I did. And then I woke up and realized how late I was. I woke up and had a jump start on laundry. And then and also packed their bags. I didn't pack their bags or my bags until Friday, the day that we were leaving. I procrastinated that much. I was able to finish it all. Luckily, it was just got very stressful at the end. But yeah, I was like hurrying up trying to clean around the house. I didn't really do a lot of cleaning because I was like, okay, no one's really gonna stay over here. But I don't want things to smell or something like that when we get back home. Um, so I did a lot of spot cleaning for the weekend, like so that way I didn't have to do it when I get back. But let's see, I had to do a lot of laundry. I realized at the end of the day, before the kids even came home, that um like my youngest daughter, she had her homework folder at on the dining room table. I didn't even enter the dining room table until 1 o'clock, 1:30. So like just before school let out, and I saw that her homework folder was right there, and I'm like, oh no, because it was due Friday. I sent a message to the teacher explaining what was going on. I said that she did actually do her homework. I'm so sorry. I left it underneath a pile of papers. And didn't see it when during the morning because it didn't. I wasn't in the dining room, and my daughter wouldn't have been able to tell where it was because it was literally underneath a pile of paper. So it was just, oh my goodness. But the kids weren't going to go to the beach with us. What was going on was my in-laws volunteered to watch the kids for the whole weekend, which was super nice. My husband just wanted to have basically him and I to spend some time together, like just a weekend together. We haven't had a vacation by ourselves since before our oldest was born. Our oldest is 10, and I think we didn't go to the beach since for just him and I for 12 years. So it was high time that he and I had at least some time together. So it was really nice to being able to not worry about making sure that we could have accommodations for the kids and everything. We actually stayed in a B&B Airbnb, which was like interesting. It was like a little tiny condo kind of thing, and I think I'm jumping all over the place. I'm really excited. It was really nice, and I miss it a lot. But yeah, let's see. We're gonna start at Friday, okay? So this the whole past week was kind of a rush because I was told the news, then I had to like just focus on all that medical stuff, and then Friday. So we're gonna stick with Friday first. Friday was, like I said, I was procrastinating. I had a bunch of like laundry to do. I gotten that done. I packed my kids like try and pack some entertainment for the kids. My husband suggested I stay home, and the kids didn't know what was going on at all. But he suggested I stay home while he went to pick them up because to make sure that I had everything all organized and ready to go. And it was so funny. I wish I caught video of the kids when they saw their Nana and Papa in the driveway. They were just like, oh, Nana, Papa! And they were like, they knew that they were going to go on, they were going to do a sleepover because my husband told them, I guess, on the way there, but he didn't tell them that Nana and Papa were going to be there waiting for them to go. And what was really sweet was what we were going to do was we were going to go to their house and drop the kids off, and then go on our way to the beach because it's like a 4-hour drive. And actually they actually was like very nice and said, how about we just pick them up at your house so that way you don't have to travel as far, because it's like we would have to go further north, like 30 minutes up north, drop them off, and then we have to kind of hit the highway in a way, and it would have taken a little bit longer. So they were really sweet about doing that. So when the kids got home, we're like, okay, guys, go to the bathroom, make sure that, you got everything's packed, everything's ready to go. Like, is there anything that you extra that you want to take with you? And they were just like, Nana Papa, Nana Papa, Nana Papa. They were just like too excited. It was so cute. And after they left, my husband and I were like, whoa, it got quiet all of a sudden. Although we're used to quiet during the mornings when they go to school, but it was just like so weird. Like all of a sudden it was just like quiet, and we did our last checkups. We turned off everything around the house, made sure that there wasn't like our routers were on or anything like that. The space heaters were unplugged, and we went off, and we were doing fine. It was like, goodness gracious. Like I said, it's like about a 4-hour drive, and I think like 2 hours in, we realized we didn't eat at all that day. We were planning to eat maybe like a late dinner when we got to the beach, but we didn't. We were like, oh, are you hungry? Yeah, I'm kind of hungry. You? Yeah, I haven't eaten it all. Me either. We were so excited that we forgot to eat. It was funny. I made the unfortunate decision to eat at Wendy's because I did not want to eat at McDonald's. I was just so sick and tired of eating at McDonald's. Our kids always choose to go to Mickey D's whenever we give them an option. I'm like, just no McDonald's. And we were traveling because there's a certain stretch in the road where there's nothing for until you get closer to the beach. And we were getting to that area, but it was a new direction my husband was traveling compared to what he normally travels. So we weren't sure if there was anything further down. And I'm like, let's just go to this Wendy's. We're hungry. Let's get it. There didn't look like there was too many people in the drive-thru. My husband put the order in on the app. It looked like the line was moving along very well. And then it became a standstill. Oh no! Oh my god! It was a 45-minute wait to get our I'm sorry, dropped my fizzy water. I'm actually gonna open it over here. There we go. I'm gonna take a quick sweet. I can't talk. I want to take a quick sip, and hopefully I won't drop it. Like I've been dropping things today. So yeah, it took 45 minutes, and by that point, it became completely dark. So we lost any chance of daylight after that. It was kind of frustrating because the food was not the greatest, especially for a 45-minute wait. And we seem to have rotten luck with waiting in line at drive-thrus. So... And I understand why. It's just like we've been just having some really bad luck. We go, oh, hey, that drive-thru's open, and then it just immediately clogs up and it's like takes forever. But I think what got me so sad was as we're driving through, we see all these other options on this one stretch of road before it became the road of nothingness, as I would say. And it was like, we had so many more options than this. Oh man. And we actually passed by another Wendy's that had nothing there. And I'm just like, we could have done that one. It could have been busy an hour before. I wouldn't know. But at the time, I was like, we could have done that one instead. But yeah, we got to the beach, I want to say 8:30ish or so. So we were hoping to get there before 7, but that was okay. So we didn't really get to do anything that first night there, except we got settled in. We sat down. It was really nice because it was like a little beach condo, and we actually had like a little balcony to go out. You can actually see the beach. I didn't know that you could because we were like one row of houses before you get to the beach. So I was like, oh, we won't be able to see the beach until we walk there, but at least we'll be able to hear it. and we had the window open that night, but it was cold. It got so cold that night. Um, Woke up to, I think it was like in the lower 30s, probably high 20s. And I was just like freezing. The house actually retained heat very well, but oh my goodness, in the morning I was freezing. But I'm gonna say something. All right, so they had a king size bed, um, and it was the softest bed I ever slept on. It was like sleeping on, if cloud was a word to describe something, it was that. It felt like you were sleeping on a cloud. Um, you sunk right into it, but at the same time, it wasn't like completely soft. There was like a bit of firmness in there, but it was just so comfortable. I enjoy that mattress, and I want to have that mattress. I am so sad that I am now sleeping on the piece of crap that I'm sleeping on again. But yeah, my husband and I were like, "Oh, this bed is wonderful." It was so soft. Even the pillows were soft. I wasn't a big fan of the soft pillows as much, but the bed I enjoy. One of the things was just like we looked at the mattress tag to see what it was, so we could look up the company and maybe see how much it would be, because I'm saving money. I'm gonna save money to get myself a nice mattress. It was like a beauty rest, but it was just like something that was discontinued about a few years ago, and I'm like, no, I need this bed. So hopefully, I'm looking at the other beauty rest ones to see if there's anything that's similar. Because if so, I'm going to go and try and start saving money, because those things are freaking expensive. But I feel like it would be well worth it, especially if that meant that my husband's able to come back upstairs instead of sleeping on the couch, because he started sleeping upstairs a little bit, and then he hurt his shoulder, because that bed that we have is way too firm. When we first bought it, we got like an extra firm mattress. No, not extra firm. Like, it was like a medium firm mattress, but it still was too hard, and it was nice to sleep on for, I want to say, like at least the first month, and then it just kind of sucked after that. So I'm thinking like at least something like a softer type mattress might be the way to go, because the mattress we have is so hard on our joints. Like when I wake up in the morning, my joints feel so stiff. I know it's also because I'm in my 30s, but my joints are stiff, and they ache so much. And like when I was at the beach, yeah, my joints still weren't happy with me, but it didn't feel as like I was sleeping on rocks, and they didn't complain quite as hard. I don't know if it's just because, hey, beach or what, but oh man. But yeah, that first night, we kind of just spent the night. I brought this diamond painting with me for the beach. Yeah, I brought my diamond painting with me. I wasn't sure what entertainment there was going to be, and plus, I knew he and I aren't like the club type lifestyle or anything like that. So at night, I figured what I could do was just, I'll do this, and he will do, excuse me, whatever. And that's what we did for both nights. Is I worked on this sitting on the couch. And it was kind of funny because I was looking around to find a way of doing this, because they did have like a little tiny dining room table, but their chairs were I'm not short. I'm not gonna say I'm short. I'm average height. I'm like 5'4". But these chairs that they had for the dining room, their little tiny dining room breakfast nook, uh, was so tall. Like, my feet were dangling, and I was just like doing this. I looked like a kid sitting in a seat. My feet were just kicking in midair. My husband thought it was hilarious. It's like, shut it, you. um, but I couldn't sit there because it was just a wooden seat and it was just so uncomfortable to try and diamond paint like that. So I sat on the couch, but I was like looking around and I saw they had a little table, a little type nightstand table that had their guest book on it. And as I pull it out, I looked at it. I'm like, oh, it flips open. I'm like, this is my diamond painting table now. And even though it was like a lot lower than what I was used to, I got to be able to do a little bit of diamond painting. So it was like it was nice to sit next to the husband and listen to him play. I forgot what game he was playing. We bought the Nintendo Switch just in case. So he was playing on the Nintendo Switch. I was sitting next to him. We just kept cuddling a lot. It was so sweet. I was like, oh, this is awesome. And it was so weird too because I was just expecting one of our kids to come out of nowhere going, I had a bad dream, or I can't sleep. I was just expecting that the whole time, and it didn't happen. We did wake up early the next day, just because we wanted to make sure we got things done because we only had one full day. Sunday we had to leave in the morning, so the next day I got to take the shower, and oh my god, I love that shower too. I want the shower and I want the bed. So the shower has like this rain shower head kind of attachment on it, and it was wonderful. It was like the water pressure was just right. I was in love, and the best part about this whole thing was like because it was in the off season. I think like it was only like in the 80s per day for it, so it was like it wasn't too expensive, which was quite a surprise. And I was just like, man, if I had another weekend getaway, I want to come back to this spot because it was just so, it wasn't like luxurious. It felt comfortable. They definitely made it feel comfortable. They gave it a lot of spots were like very homely. There's a lot more knickknacks than I would put in my own house, but it felt really nice. And only like, of course, the bathroom was like luxurious, and then the bedroom, but like the little kitchen and their living room was just really nice and small. It was definitely a nice weekend getaway. But we woke up the next morning and we started discussing what to do about breakfast. And it was like the day before, I realized as we were driving, I forgot to take my allergy meds and Benadryl. Reason being is I have an allergy to eggs and certain types of fish. And right now Benadryl works, but I try my best to avoid it. But since we were visiting a beach and I wanted to eat seafood, I knew that there was a chance that I might have cross contamination. Because at least I can still eat shellfish. So I just don't. I try and avoid fish in general now. But breakfast, I didn't know if places had like an like an egg-free option or something like, or egg substitute option. My husband told me I could ask, but I feel always embarrassing. Going, can you have egg substitute? Like that all the time. But we went to this bakery. My husband suggested this bakery because I want baked goods for breakfast. And they did it all. They had like bagels, they had breakfast sandwiches, burritos. Oh my god, they had everything, and they brewed their own coffee. And I got like this raspberry filled donut, and then a blueberry muffin, and oh my goodness, it was so good. I'm like, okay, we gotta live here at the beach. If only because of this bakery. And my husband's like, and their coffee was so good. Oh my goodness. He ordered himself a macchiato, and I'm like, I don't think I ever had a macchiato. He said I did, so I want to assume he was correct, but I ordered one as well because I was just like, I just want to try it too, because I don't remember um, having a macchiato before, but I was just like, oh my goodness, I think I ate too much. Though he got himself a lemon Danish and I don't remember he got himself a Bavarian cream donut. Oh my goodness, it was all so good. I'm like, it was delicious. And then after that, we got to we went to do some miniature golf, and it was it was kind of fun. My goodness, I did not realize how many miniature golf places there are in this area. It is insane the amount there are. I'm just like, holy cow. I think within one area it had like 5 to 6, and I know there was like 20 plus on along this one stretch of road, but we just picked one that looked interesting, and we looked up the reviews and to see if they were doing all right, and it seemed like they had decent reviews, and I liked that place compared to the one here. My husband took our oldest to miniature golf around this area. And the one here that we have in our town, they, from what he told me, because I haven't gone, from what he told me when he took our oldest for her birthday, before the whole thing panoramic hit, was, he said it was way too hard, even for adults. Like, they had like this little bridge thing, and it, you had to hit the ball over, but there was no guardrails and stuff, and it would go into the water, and then you had to go and get another ball, and it wasn't enjoyable for the oldest at all. But the place that we went to at this beach, oh my gosh, it was so easy to do. It was just like a quick, easy, fun kind of activity, and they had all day passes, and also like they had like 3 themed miniature golf places, and we could have bought like a 3-day pass to just go hop between all 3 of them. We didn't do that because we were only going to stay there for the 1 day, but I was like, well, that wouldn't be a bad idea if we brought the kids in next time. And we miniature golf. We went home afterwards and kind of sat and lounged a bit. I wasn't feeling too great after that. But then we started talking about lunch. I wasn't comfortable about going out so quick again because there were still a bunch of people. Even though it's the off season, there's still a lot of people. So we decided to eat Italian. I know that sounds weird. We were like discussing. There's just so many options, and it was just so hard to choose. So we finally settled on Italian, and I gotten like a shrimp and clam pasta and spicy marinara sauce, and it was so delicious and yummy, and I loved it. But we decided to sit outside on the balcony. We sat on the balcony, and it's, of course, the seats are really high up, like the ones in the breakfast nook area. So my feet are like swinging again. But it is cold. It's like in the 30s. And I'm sitting here going, and I take a bite of my food, and I'm like, hot, 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 and I'm like freezing, and then just going chanting hot, hot, hot at the same time whenever I take a bite of my food. And my husband's like, are you going to be okay? I'm like, I'm fine. And then after that, we took another little miniature break, resting our stomachs because we ate so much. And then we started trying to discuss what we wanted to do. We drove around the area, up and down around the whole beach, just looking for things to do. We decided to walk around, and we went into a mirror maze. I will never do that again. It sounded like a fun idea at first, and it was fun at first, but I'm claustrophobic, and I should have realized that it wouldn't have been a good idea after a while. the reason being because like the mirrors were like everything was just enclosed, of course, because I didn't realize how enclosed it was going to be, and there was just lights going on and off, and they give you like these little 3D glasses, um, that made it a lot worse to try and figure out what was going where the exit was. I was confused all over the place, and I did not like it. So we finally got out, and I was just like, I need a breath of air. I'm tired. But we got away from that, but we decided to walk around, and we walked further down, and like my tingling sense started happening. I'm like, I don't trust this area so well. Like it wasn't like awful, but I don't think I'm gonna ever would take the kids down to that spot. Cause I felt like I was going to get mugged. um, Especially with like a lot of people, how they kept walking really close to my husband and I at times. I was just like, what are you doing? Stay. Just, you don't need to be that. Don't be in my personal space. Just like that. And my husband thought like if we weren't with like this other group of people, then something might have happened, which is kind of scary to think about. But then I also felt like I was also partly in the mall too, because when I used to work at Lens Crafters, I worked in the mall, and every time I had to go to work, I had to go through the entire mall. And those kiosks where people are like shouting at you and saying that they can get you a good deal and stuff. That's what was happening with these little shops that were open like along the beach side. And it was just like people trying to get me a tattoo, t-shirt, CBD oils or whatnot. And I'm like, and he and I are like, no thank you, no thank you. Like my husband and I are like, we both want to get a tattoo, but we don't want to just get like some sort of discount tattoo. We want it to be meaningful. Like if we were going to get a tattoo, it's going to be meaningful. But it was just like a lot of them like just hustling their wares, and I'm like, no thank you. And I even got one like saying, I'll give you the purple hair discount. I'm like, no thank you, I don't need a tattoo. Especially with a purple hair discount. Now if you're doing an ear piercing, no, I'm kidding. I have already discussed that I wanted to get my ears pierced again, but probably from the ear piercing salon that I go to for my daughters to get their ears pierced. Plus they do tattoos over there too, and they're very, I know that they're reputable. I don't know the reviews or like what that area was like, so I'm not going to just walk into any shop and just go, yeah, give me a tattoo, I want to study up and make sure I'm going to the right place, so. Especially since I seem to be like, have a lot of skin issues and sensitivities to certain metals and stuff. But yeah, we got through that area, and then saw this huge Ferris wheel. My husband wanted me to go on it, and I'm like, I'm scared of heights. So I'm claustrophobic, and I'm scared of heights. not a good combination. And the Ferris wheel was like enclosed, and I was just like, no, this is. And he goes, but you like roller coasters. I do like roller coasters. I like roller coasters that are fast, cause yeah, I'm up in the air, but then it goes down quickly. With a Ferris wheel, it's going to be very slow moving. It's going to be agony, and I know that he really wanted to go up there, and I felt bad, but at the same time, I just got out of a claustrophobic area. I did not want to enter to another one. I was just like, And then we got back to our car, and what happened next was like we're trying to discuss what to do for dinner. We're going all over the place. We don't know what to do for dinner, and when we got to a certain idea where I'm like, let's do chocolate. He's like, chocolate is not. He's like, chocolate's not dinner. I'm like, yeah, but you mentioned fudge. I really want fudge. And we decided, okay, we'll just go. We'll pick up fudge on the way home, because there was like a chocolatier shop, and I was like, I gotta get some fudge. I've been craving some fudge. And I did. I got some fudge, but I don't know if I will ever visit that place again. It was so expensive, and like I felt like I was kind of getting cheated out on, because so they had it like 1/4 of a pound, and it was like so it was like $5 for one slice of fudge, which was 1/4 of a pound, or you could get 4 pieces of fudge for $12. Do the math. If you do 2 pieces of fudge, it's $10. If you get 4 pieces, you get $12. I kind of realized why they made it a $12. This woman, she cuts the fudge instead, in front of you, and she doesn't cut evenly straight, like straight up and down. Sometimes she cuts in an angle. So I'm like, that does not look like a fourth of a pound of fudge. And I'm just thinking, I wanted to be like, can you measure that? But I was just like, okay, you know what? Let's just get the food. Let's go. I'm hungry. Let's find dinner. But my husband also saw they had truffles there, and they had a sale, and I'm doing this in quotation marks. So they had a sale on truffles, and their truffles were normally $1.62, and their sale was that they were on $1. I'm like, that's expensive for like this tiny. It was literally like, it was the shape of this container. It literally was about the shape of this container, about the size and shape. Maybe a little bit smaller than this. And I was just like, $1 for that? And my husband's like, yeah, sure, let's splurge a little. And it was good, but I don't think I would spend $1 for just one of those things. But and I did enjoy the fudge, but I'm just like, I feel like I'm also looking at it at rose-colored glasses, because there's a place that I remember 12 years ago, of a fudge place that was like from a farmer's market kind of place that had really good fudge. I mean, really good. And they were like blocks of fudge. Sorry. But I think I'm looking at it through rose-colored glasses, but I could be wrong, because it felt like that fudge was tastier and creamier. But my husband's like, yeah, I think you're misremembering things. The fudge was good that we got, and it was delicious, but I felt guilty about I guess also my guilt of how much we spent on the fudge and stuff was like coming through. It's like, even though my husband's all like, it's not a big deal, it's okay, and I'm just like, it's a lot of money. And then we get home to drop everything off. I wasn't feeling good, so I wasn't feeling the 100%. So we were like trying to discuss what to do for dinner, because it was already starting to get late, and we ended up eating at a fish shack that was next. Literally, the best part about this place that we were staying at was there was restaurants within walking distance. We had a restaurant in front of our house, or well, behind our house. Like there was a beachfront restaurant / bar in front of us that had live karaoke. And the first night was 5 o'clock to 12 o'clock, and then Saturday night was like 8 to 12. So you can imagine people like, singing drunkenly. But the house had really good soundproofing, so it wasn't like too bad. We could hear the music, but not like a lot of people talking. So it was really good. But we decided to go to a fish shack, and I was kind of scared. I'm not gonna lie, because everywhere we've been going, we've been wearing masks, and I know it's an issue for a lot of people, but my husband and I were wearing masks everywhere, and most places that we went to, a lot of people were wearing masks as well. But this restaurant that we went to, oh my god, there was like barely anyone wearing a mask. They had everyone crowded, like up against each other too. I'm like, this isn't a good idea. I don't want to be. And of course, we get seated next to someone who's just coughing and hacking, and I'm just like, I need Lysol. I need hand sanitizer. My husband could tell. Excuse me. My husband could tell I was just not comfortable there. But the food was good. We ate our food. We scurried ourselves out there as soon as we could. And we got back home and we rest. And I was like, yeah, that was a scary experience. He goes, yeah, that was. I'm trying to integrate myself back into society, but I'm an introvert too, so I don't want to be I don't want to integrate myself that much. but yeah, we had another night at that wonderful bed. I'm like, I got to sleep in longer that time. It was so wonderful, and I missed that bed so much. But we got to go to the bakery the next day before we before we left. We actually we did walk on the beach. Saturday evening. We walked on the beach on Sunday morning. It was really nice. We got to look around. I didn't pick any seashells this time around. I was trying not to, but that's okay. But we got to go back home. We didn't we didn't stop for food this time on the way back. We were just like, let's go. We gotten our baked goods from the bakery, and we also bought like a bag of coffee to take with us, and they grounded it up for us. Because I don't think we had a coffee grinder, so they said that they could do it for us, and we're like, oh, that'd be cool. So that was really neat that we were able to do that, and we've been drinking the coffee the last few days here. I was meaning to do this on Monday, but oh my goodness, it was just like once we got home on Sunday, like after that whole thing, his parents were so nice again. What they did was they decided they were going to keep the kids, let us unpack first, and then they were going to bring the kids over so we didn't have to drive to their house and pick up the kiddos. So that was really nice. The kids came home, and they were sugared up a bit. Our youngest was like, we had donuts for breakfast. I'm like, oh, did you? Our youngest, she is a donut fiend. She takes after me. So she loves sweets. She loves donuts most of all, but she loves sweets. And yeah, so she was telling me that she had donuts and she enjoyed it very much. You want to make my youngest day, you tell her that you bought her a box of donuts and she's excited. That makes her day. That's what she asked for Santa, by the way. She asked for like 2 boxes of a dozen donuts. So there we go. And Santa didn't deliver. but I think she didn't mind too much, but she loves donuts. And now we have a donut place that opened up here in our town. But we were looking at the prices, and they were so expensive compared to just going to Krispy Kreme. And I'm like, well, I have to test her donuts first to make sure that they actually taste good, because the bakery we went, yeah, they were more expensive than Krispy Kreme, but their donuts were huge, and they were fluffy, and they tasted delicious. I have no clue about this one that's in our town. They didn't look like big and fluffy ones, so we shall see. I shall hope that they are at least somewhat delicious. But yeah, the kids came home and they were just telling us all about their weekend, how much fun they had. They had like little gold medals because one was like a good helper, one was a really good big good boy, one was like a good girl, like that kind of stuff. And I was just like, oh, that's really sweet. So they still have their medals. It's like I think our youngest, she wears it like right before she goes to bed, and I have to tell her to take it off before she goes lays down because I don't allow Nicholas's in the bed, and that's always a struggle. But yeah, Monday I was going to record, but I was just like, I felt exhausted. I started doing laundry on Monday, and I was just like, I don't want to do anything. I just want to relax for my vacation. So I didn't, and so now I'm recording today. So hopefully that'll be okay. Excuse me, my goodness. Um, but the kids enjoy themselves, which is the most important part too, as well. But I really can't wait to go back. My husband and I are talking about maybe around our wedding anniversary, which is in October, to take to this time we'll have all of them instead. We were looking at the school schedule because they released the school schedule out for next year. I am so sorry about me clearing my throat so much. But we decided we're going to probably go back in October and take the kids with us this time. We're looking at like a 3-day weekend instead. So like we'll leave, and there's like one time period where it's perfect. Like they have a half a day on a Thursday, sometime in October. And it's half a day on Thursday, and that's because they're doing like parent teacher conferences, and then the next day there's no school on Friday. So my husband's like, well, we could possibly leave Thursday night, and that way we'll have all day Friday, all day Saturday to do something, and then leave back home for Sunday. And if they do have Monday off, like the schedule says that there's a chance of that Monday off because they haven't decided which Monday they want to have off too. So if they have that Monday off, we'll have a day to rest. I'm like, oh, that sounds so cool. So we're planning on doing that. Hopefully we can do that. Hopefully we can swing it. But it would be kind of nice to be able to do that and make some plans for the kids. I'm sure the kids would love that too. But I am going to wrap it up here because I am still feeling very drained from the whole experience. And I have a lot of housework to do. I have to start vacuuming and stuff and get this video edited, and I hope it does come up today. I'm not sure. I have a couple other videos I want to try and record today as well. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day. If you do like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!